Hi, I'm Ambry, and this is Ambry's Corner, and welcome back to my channel. If you're a new watcher, viewer, subscriber, welcome. If you're a returning watcher, viewer, subscriber, welcome back. So today's video is gonna be a story time. I feel like telling this one. I thought about it a couple days ago. Actually, I've been working a lot lately, and this reminded me of a job I had. Sorry, y'all. This reminded me of a job I had right after. No, the second job I had right after I had graduated from my GED classes at the beginning of the year. And so, if you want to hear about this story and you're interested in learning and hearing about this or what happened with this story, then continue watching. All right, so let's get into it. So when I graduated from my GED classes, of course I had to wait like till my diploma came in, because most places just wanted proof that you had a diploma, and I had to wait. So I had started applying for jobs, but I applied to jobs that I knew I would get without the diploma, like restaurants, retail stores, places like that. I was applying for jobs, just not the job that I wanted, which I wanted a plant job. And I still intend to work in the plant later on. Just right now, I wanted to find some kind of stable ground and get a year under my belt, and then go to a plant I would like, or a place of my choosing I would like, or maybe go back to school. You just never know. I don't see school right now in the future for me, but it's always a possibility. So I was already searching for jobs, but I had to wait till my diploma came in. So my diploma finally came in, and I went to a temp agency. We got a whole bunch of them here in my town. I went to a temp agency, and I went to a couple, but it was one that I kept going to that kind of got me in the door fast at certain places. And I went to this place a total of twice and got jobs. And the first job I got, I didn't stay there long, but the next job I got, I was there at least 2 weeks, I remember. And y'all, if you've ever worked in the plant before, you know that is one of the hardest jobs to have. Like, it is hard. And I commend anybody. My mama, my whole family basically works in the plant except for me. And I commend them greatly, because that is hard. Have you ever had to stand on your feet for 8 hours a day? 12 hours was what I had to do with. 8 hours a day. 8 hours and steel toe on concrete. It hurts. Yeah, I had blisters on my feet. They hurt so bad. Anyway, so this happened. This take place at this plant. I'm not gonna say the name of the plant. I'm just gonna call it the plant. So the plant. I worked at this place called the plant, and it wasn't actually a plant. The plant was a supplier to another, a much bigger plant that was like down the street from them. And basically, what I had to do was I had to get orders of parts. And so they might send an order in for the part of the part of the plant I worked in, and I fill the order and send it back off to them. That's what happened. So I had been there for 2 weeks, and I liked it. I liked the people. Everybody was really, really nice. Everybody was really, really cool. Everybody was really cordial. I loved it. I loved the people. I didn't love the job. I hated the job because, y'all, I worked first shift, and I had to get up at the crack of dawn. It was awful. Awful. The shoes hurt, and it was, at this time, it was cold. So it was cold outside. I didn't enjoy that at all. I did not enjoy that at all. It was also cold in the plant. So but when I was working, it wasn't as cold. So when I first got in them, they had me at the front in the part called luggage, and basically it was the same thing. Each part was the same thing. You had certain parts that you had, and maybe you would get an order for those parts, and you had to send those parts off to be fulfilled for that order. So they started me up at the front, and at the front, like, it was constant. And I don't think I was slow or anything, but I just think I wasn't as fast, and that's expected since I had only been there for 2 days at that point. So I was at the front, and it was the person that I was working with was a little bit more fast than I was, but he was patient. He showed me what to do and all that kind of stuff, and it became easier after a while. So they started me out at the front in luggage, and so then I started limping really, really bad because, like I said, I had blisters on my feet, and I didn't just have them on my feet. I had them on the bottom of my feet, and they were huge blisters, y'all, huge. My feet will never look the same again. But I was limping really bad, and it hurt. But I had to do job, and with most places like that, it's just a matter of getting used to being on your feet again. Because I had been out to work at that point for a while, so for me just to hop right back in there, and then like this plant wasn't working like 8-hour shifts. I was working 12-hour shifts a day for like 5 days a week. I was working 12-hour shifts a day, 5 days a week. Y'all, that's a lot on a person and a lot on a person's feet. And that is they paid good, but I don't know if it was worth it. I don't know if it was worth it to do that like that. And the thing about the job was what my mom complained about. She said that I was working, I was getting up at the crack of dawn, and I was going to work and getting off at the crack of dawn. I mean, at night. So I rarely got to see in the daylight. And she said she really didn't like that. So anyway, that's not the reason I quit, and the what I'm about to tell you is not the reason I quit. But anyway, let's move on. So I'm there, and I like everybody's really nice, and I'm kind of getting used to the job a little bit, and I'm still in the front. So like maybe like a couple days in, they decide they want to move me because they start to become concerned about my feet because I was limping. And I wasn't like limping like a few days. I was limping every day. I came into work, I was like limping really bad. My feet hurt really, really bad. So they were like, okay, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna move you to the back. And they moved me to the back where I was at. There wasn't as much moving and walking involved in what I was doing. So they said, okay, so we're gonna move you to the back, and what you're gonna be doing is not as, I wouldn't say strenuous, but it's not as active as what you were doing, because like where I was doing, like it was like long, and like it goes from our way to one end of the hall to our way to another end. So I would have to walk from one end to the other end to get parts and stuff like that. So they said, what we're gonna have you at now, it's gonna be a lot easier on your feet, and then you can do that, and they basically work you up. So the thing about this job was like I noticed that everybody had at least 2 sections they had to work in. So you could be in one section, and your section could be clear across the hall from where you were, and you had to walk off and do that section too. I noticed that, and they ended up giving me another section to work in, but that's neither here nor there. So, I ended up coming friend with these 2 ladies that was like right beside me. So it was one lady right here and another lady right here, and we ended up becoming real cool. We used to talk all the time, everything. And so, when I first got over there was this one woman over here. There was this one woman over there, and she basically trained me how to do that position, basically. And so the first day I was working and I had it, and then the next day she was with me, I working and I had it. So then after like 2 days, they moved her again. They moved her somewhere else, and they told me, okay, basically you're gonna be working this job by yourself. I said, okay, fine. And it was easy. I picked it up within the first 2 days. Like within the first day I picked it up. It was just that easy, y'all. So I picked it up. So this woman plays a big part in this story, because this is about her. Anyway, so I ended up moving her somewhere across the way. Far from where I was. I couldn't even see her at this point. So she ended up getting moved to another area, and I get to keep that spot. So then, the section I was working in, it ran a lot slower than other sections did. So I might not get another order for like 10 to 15 minutes at a time. So like I always had like a little resting period, and they had this model. They didn't mind you sitting down as long as you did your job. They didn't care about you sitting down. They even had it set up where you could sit down. And so at this point, like my boss, everybody's like really concerned about my feet. I know one day I broke down crying because my feet hurt so bad. Like it was bad. It was horribly bad. But anyway, my boss had become concerned about my feet, and she was like, "Okay, well, you can sit down." Right? I said, "I can." She said, "Yeah." So they brought me like this little container thing to sit on. So I basically had to put, they basically like stacked two on top of each other, and I could basically sit on it and rest my feet, when I didn't have an order to fill or whatever. So they knew about it. The women around me knew about it, because every time I didn't have an order, she'd come right through and she said, "You all right?" I said, "Yeah." And she see me sit down, and she would never say anything to me. That lady had an understanding. That lady had an understanding with me. I could sit down when my feet got to hurting real bad. She understood that. She gave me permission. I was good. Here's where things take a turn. So one day I'm sitting. Now I had my order ready. I already went and got my order, and I came back and I had just finished the order, and it was up at the front waiting to get picked up, because I used to come through and pick them up after you got done with them. So I had an order waiting for me. I had an order already, and I had my cart that I needed to fill my order with. And so I just sat down for a second because my feet hurt, and I just got through from the walk from the front to the back to the back. And that was a big plant, y'all, a huge plant. So I had to walk from the front to the back to get my order. So I came back and I just sit down for a second. I only intended to sit down for a second because I knew I had to do that before another one came. Even though it could be like an hour or 15 minutes before I got another one. But I had to make sure I got it done. So the lady that trained me on this particular area, she comes walking through. And she's heading to the bathroom. Now, there's 2 bathrooms in this whole plant, right? There's one up in the front through the break room, and there's one in the back by where I'm at. So I guess she decided just to cut through the back because it was quicker, and it wasn't far from where it was a lot closer than the front was. She was a lot closer to the back where I was than she was to the front where the other bathroom was. So she cuts through the back, and she goes to the bathroom. On her way to the bathroom, she noticed me sitting down. She said, "You're not supposed to be sitting down on this job like that." I said, "All right." I said, "I know." I said, "I'm just taking the break." She said, "Well, I'm just telling you, these parts are hot. You need to make sure they get out. You need to do the work like that." Now, let me let y'all in on something real quick. I understand some people are passionate about what they do, and that is good. That is great. I'm glad that you love what you do so much that you do it enthusiastically. That is amazing if you can do that. But me and you are 2 different people. How you work and how I work are never going to be the same. And that seems to always be a problem I have anytime I'm on a job. I might do something different from how they do it, or they might be, a little more excited about their work, and they take pride in it. And that's great. I love that you love what you do, and that's great. But please stop trying to make me you. Just because you walking around here, running around here, doing whatever they ask you to do, don't mean I got to do it. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be excited. I'm not going to move as quick as you do, because I don't care. I'm sorry. I don't. I hate to be like that, but I don't. I don't care. I don't plan to be here forever. This is not a forever thing. This is just until I figure out my next move or win the freaking lottery. Okay? This is what this is for. Okay? I'm not doing this to, gamblers. I'm not trying to get up nowhere. I'm not trying to be a manager of nothing. I just want to check. Okay, I'm just trying to get a check. It's about money for me, and that's what I need people to understand for me with me. I understand that you love your job and you love what you do, but please do not come to my face with the bull crap about how I need to do this and you need to do it like me, because I'm not gonna do it like you, because I'm not you. We're not the same people. Now this woman had been there a while. She loved what she did. She loved the job. She loved it. It was the best. It was the best job to her. But don't try to make me be like you, because I'm never gonna be like you. I'm never gonna do I'm never gonna do things how you do it. That's how you feel. That's on you. I'm not you. So she cuts through and she sees me sitting down. She said something. Now, the 2 ladies on the side of me, they're looking at her, right? So she walks out. She said, "Well, if they see you gonna get your," I said, "Well, they know that I do this because they told me I could." I'm just saying, don't yell at me. I'm just saying, So she was. I said I could care less about what they say. They want to say something to me. Tell them to come over here and say it. I don't care about this job. Okay, I want to quit anyway. I was at the point where I wanted them to fire me. I was ready to go. The only reason I wasn't quitting is because something in me just felt like I needed to stay there. But I was ready to go. I wanted them to fire me so bad. Have you ever been in a job where you just wanted them to let you go? You wanted them to fire you? That's how I feel. That's how I felt about this job. I love the job I'm at now a lot more than I ever loved that job. I mean, I am in love with the people I work with. Where I work, I love it. I love it. It's the type of environment that I've always prayed for myself. And I got it, and I love it. And I plan to stay there at least a year before I move on to somewhere else, you know. But I love what I do now. I love it. I want to work. I enjoy working. But this place, I hate it with a passion. So she walks out. So I guess she hears the tail end of what I'm saying, because I'm basically talking to myself. And that's the problem I have. When I start talking to myself, I speak out loud. I don't just say it in my head. I gotta speak out loud. I don't care about this job. They can fire me if they want to. I don't care about what nobody said. They're gonna say something to me, say it, blah blah. Girl, y'all, this woman came back from the bathroom and she went off on me. She went off. She said, "Don't ask me for nothing. Don't ask me for nothing." She came over there and she just went crazy on me. Me and this lady were friends. I used to walk to my break, and I used to always stop and go. I said, "Come on, let's go to break. Let's go eat." She said, "All right," and we be talking the whole time we walking. The whole time. This woman went berserk on me in that plant for nothing. And she came and she don't ask me for no paperwork, because we had to fill out every time we had the cart number and all that, just to make sure, and we had to put it on the front of the cart to let them know that we finished it, and we had to sign off on it. And we did it every time, and then we had to turn the paper out. Then we had to turn the paper in once we were done with it. We had to turn it in, so we had to write our name at the top, write every cart we did so they could see what we did, and then we had to turn it in at the end of the night when we got off work. That was the rule. That they did that every night. And I used to ask her, because I didn't know how to get my own papers, so I used to ask her, can you give me papers so that I could I said, can you give me I used to go and ask her for paperwork so that I didn't have to go figure out how to get it, because I didn't know how to do it. And so she would give it to me every day, and every day like clockwork, she'd give me paper and a pencil to use to do my work, to do what I had to do. And she just went off of me. She told me not to ask her no more. Y'all, it don't take much for me to get turned off on a person, like for me not to want to talk to you, for me not to want to fool with you at all. It doesn't take much. But when you do something like that to me, when you like try and like come at me like that, it makes me not want to have nothing to do with you. I back off from you. I apologized to her, then I left her alone. And y'all, this was an older lady, okay, an older lady. I am very particular about how I speak and talk to older people. I am very particular about how I do that. There is a respect level, though. I understand that it's there, and I do my very, very best to stay within boundaries of that respect level as far as it concerns with my elders. So for this woman had talked to me for a total of 2 weeks now, y'all. Out of 2 weeks, you couldn't pick up on the fact that I would never talk to you like that. I don't told you about my grandma. I would never, ever talk to you like that, ever. That would never come out of my mouth towards you. And if I was talking, it wasn't towards you. It was towards how I was feeling about a situation that you brought up to me. I said I didn't care about these people at the front. They want to come and say something to me. They could come and say something to me themselves, because I didn't care about the job, because I wanted them to fire me. That's how I felt about the job. And I sat there trying to explain to her. She said, "Well, I don't care. And I finally get her to understand. And she said, "Okay, well, it's all right." And I said, "I'm sorry. I didn't mean for you to think that I was talking to you like that, because I would never, ever disrespect you like that. I would never do that." Y'all, this woman clicked on me. Like, she clicked on me. And she walked off, and we were cool again. But after that, I didn't want nothing to do with it, because if it was that easy for you to go off on me like that in front of these people, I don't want nothing to do with you, because you're crazy. Yeah, I started asking her for paperwork. I went and figured out how to get my own. I said, you know what? That was the first and last time you ever do that around me, or act like that around me. You ain't got to act like that around me. We good, boo. We good. You stay on your side, I'm stay on my side. I didn't talk to her. Yeah, I would walk past her and not talk to her no more. I made sure I apologized because she thought I disrespected her. But for you to click off on me like that was not cool at all. At all. I never gave you the impression that I would talk to you like that. So for you to think it, you couldn't just come up to me like a person and say, "Was you talking to me?" I didn't mean anything by you. Couldn't come up to me like that. You clicked off on me and tried to get loud on me in front of everybody. And I calmed you down. I did. But then I didn't fuck with you no more after that. I didn't want shit to do with you after that. I didn't want to talk to you. After everything had went down or whatever, the ladies that I would talk to every day, they said, "Now she shouldn't have done that." I said, "What you mean?" She said, like, "Well, you do that every day." And the woman that was our boss, the woman that was over us, she was like, I'm gonna just name her Cumin, cause her name sounds like cumin. Cumin knew that I did that, and she would ride past me every day and see me doing it. Sometimes she would even come over there and make sure I was good. She said, "How you feeling today? You feeling all right?" They all knew I did. It was a thing. They knew I did that. So she was like, for her to come over here and try to tell you like that, you ought to go tell on her. I said, "Nah, I ain't trying to make nobody lose that job. I don't want to get nobody in trouble. That's not what I'm here for." They said, "I don't care." They said, "You ought to go tell her because that was wrong, because she shouldn't be minding her own business. Because for her to walk back here and do all of that was unnecessary." And that and as much as I hate to admit, them ladies was right. They was right. I didn't want to get her in trouble. I was trying to be nice. I was trying to be a bigger person. But she needed to mind her own business. Point blank period. I never disrespect my elders, but for her to come back there and click off on me like that. No, matter of fact, she shouldn't even say nothing to me, because that's something she didn't understand about an agreement that me and my boss had. Okay, that's none of your business. And I told you that me and them had an agreement. They know what I'll be back here doing. As long as I get it done, I think I'm good. And I was doing it. I was getting it done. Apparently, because nobody ever said nothing to me about it. But y'all, she clicked off on me back then. I was sort of hurt by it, because that has never happened to me before. Like somebody clicking off on me like that. I ain't never had nobody go off on me like that before. But for her to do it kind of just like turned me off on wanting to talk to her, be her friend. And I said, "Oh no, you good, boo. You stay on your side, I'm stay on mine. I see how you got the devil in you or something, because for you to do that was unnecessary. That wasn't even called for. Especially when you don't even know what's going on. An agreement was made. You don't even know what was happening. You just walked back here, saw something, and assumed some shit that you don't understand. So for you to even do that wasn't even necessary. You need to stay in your lane." And I stayed in mine, and I left her the hell alone. Anyway, cut to like a week after, I was on the phone talking to my friend. I was like, oh my god, I can't do this. So I was saying something to her about the job, and I was like, they got me on this one thing, and I'm about to rock this side rocket. If they make me try to do something, start limping again and everything. And she was laughing. She said, "You better try before they make you do too." Girl, I came in there next week. That girl, they said, "So you gonna start working on this and that side over there, and the other side over there." It was more to do. Like they was getting like I was getting a cart over there like every 2, 3, 5, 6, 7 minutes. Over every 10 minutes, a cart was coming. Sometimes I would have 12 carts lined up, 12 lined up over there, and maybe one on the other side. I would be, oh my God, it was awful. Yeah, after that, I said, "Oh, I can't do this." Oh no, they tried it. They not paying me enough to do this, to be running back and forth. My feet got blisters on it, yo, from these steel-toe shoes and this hard-ass flow. And now you want me to do 2? Hell no. I quit a week. I said, "No, I'm not going back. I'm sorry, that's a wrap." I called the temp agency, told them that my feet had blisters on it and they got worse, and I had to go. I can't do that. I cannot do that. I cannot. I live. They tried it. I live. That lady didn't run me off because I cut her off. After she did that, I didn't talk to her. I didn't do nothing with her no more. I left her alone. Cause you ain't got to do that on me. You ain't got to click off on me like that but one time, and I don't want to fool with you no more. Especially if I ain't done nothing to you. Especially if I ain't never show you nothing but Straight up kindness. You gonna click off of like that? Nah, stay in your lane, boo. I'm good over here. I don't need all that. You can keep that over there. Save that drama for your mama, okay? Save it for your mama. And I didn't talk to her no more. And then I quit a week later. Happy as hell I quit. Then I left because that job, y'all, 12 hours ain't no joke. It ain't no joke. If you ain't never worked 12 hours in your life before, do not do this. And y'all, let me tell you something. This how I know this job was hell. Okay, so I've been gone from that place. I started that job in January, maybe late January, early February. That's when I started that job. I quit after 2 weeks, y'all. 2 weeks I quit. After 2 weeks, I was out. I could not do it. I came in with like 10 people. When I left, wasn't none of them there no more. None of them. All of them had left. All of them was gone. All of them. Maybe with the exception of a few that still stayed. But just about everybody was gone. Nobody was there. Ever since I quit, the job keep popping up on Indeed. Y'all, the job is continuously popping up on. It's not even funny. The temp agency that I went to get the job, they've been calling me, texting me, asking me, telling me that they got a position open if I want to come back. I said, hell no, I'm not going back. No, y'all tried it. No, I am gainfully employed. Okay, and I'm happy where I'm at, and I'm staying where I'm at for a good little minute. For right now, anyway. I'm staying there, so I'm not moving. I'm not going nowhere. I'd rather do what I do at this job than I was than what I was doing at that job. That's how you know that wasn't it. That was not it. I'm sorry. Ain't no way in the world, y'all. I couldn't do it. I couldn't. I felt bad for leaving them, but I couldn't. I just. And people always tell me, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud you just graduated and you're in here working. They will always tell me that. And I feel bad for leaving them, but I had to go. I could not do that. No, that was dead. I couldn't do it. My feet was dying, okay? By the time a dude in there one day, he stopped me. He told me, he said, baby, he said, I know you want to work and I know you want to get paid. But he said, this ain't worth it. He said, this concrete will mess your back. Your whole back up. He said, don't stay in here. Please hurry up and try to get up out of here. Do not stay in here. He said, go back to school, do something. Just do not stay here. I took what he said with a grain of salt. I took it with a grain of salt. I said, okay, you right, but because you damn right. I'm not trying to stay up and hit at all. I was looking for a job. I was in the process of looking for a job, but I had to go. I finally just broke down one more. I said, Mom, I can't do it. I can't. She said, are you for real? I said, she kind of got mad with me a little bit, but then after she had left, she started thinking about shit, and she was like, nah, that isn't fair. I really don't like that they work you like that anyway. And I thought she was gonna be like really upset with me, but she wasn't. She wasn't mad with me. She actually understood when I got uncle. She said, I can understand why you wouldn't want to do that. And she said, it's fine, you can quit, but you need to be looking for another job. And I got another job maybe a couple months later, because the pandemic happened. Then I got the job I got now. So the pandemic went down, and they were about to send me. I think they were about to send me somewhere else, but I didn't end up going for some reason. And I graduated. Or was that wasn't until October? I forget. But anyway, I ended up quitting it. That was dead. I went there in January. I wanted to go to. They're not even hiring. They laying off people. So that what they tell you. Anyway, that was it for this little story time. I just want to tell you about the time this woman clicked that on me at work for no reason at all. Like I said, I appreciate the people who take pride in their jobs. Y'all are the people that make people like me want to work harder. But please do not expect me to give a damn about this job like you do, because I don't. At the end of the day, this is a check for me. This is just something to put in my pocket, put in my gas tank, and spend on some Fashion Nova. That's what this is for. I'm not studying this. I ain't got no bills. I ain't got no kids. The only responsibility I got is to me, okay? And I'm getting my family Christmas stuff at the moment. But that's it. I'm sorry. This is not Working like you is not something I'm going to do. We're not going to be the same type of people. You may not work like I do, and that's how you do things. But I don't work like you do, and that's how I do things. And for you to expect me to do what you do because you do it, that's wrong. And those of us, the employees that do that, and it is something to do that, because I know some of them that do it. And y'all need to stop it. That's not fair. You don't do that. You don't do that. You work like that. Don't expect us to come in and work like you do. Not everybody feels the same way about this job. You know, if you do it with a little bit more enthusiasm, maybe you'll like it. No, I won't. I will not like it more. I don't want to work. Okay, I don't want to do this. Okay, this isn't for now. Just because you've been here 10 years and you know the job front and back, don't mean I got to be where you at. And you a whole employee here 10 years and you ain't got no manager position. I'd be worried if I, because somebody is overlooking you, boo. Okay, somebody is overlooking you. You doing this job this way and you not a manager? The hell with that. No, that is dead. Anyway, I'm done with this. That was the end of this for this story time. This video hit in 30 minutes and that's too freaking long for me to try to edit. No. I got some stuff coming for y'all. You know, I'm working on getting some things to help make my editing process better, make my video quality better. I'm working on some stuff. I got some stuff coming, and you will see the effects soon. Anyway, as I always say, tell me what you like, see what you like to hear. I will do my very, very best to make those happen for you. And I'll see you next one. Bye.